My name is Chika. And then on today's topic, we have if there is any circumstances which abortion can be justified. Well, to me, so many persons will be against, and so many may second to my opinion. But then it all matters to you, right? For me, there are some circumstances which you can look at, and then you would try to consider abortion. Let's look at the finances. Let us look at the rape cases. Let us look at your health. Are you in a best condition? Can you be a better parent to that child? With your emotions, can you handle the pregnancy? If you raise a child that you got through rape, would you really stand in for them? These are the things I would like to talk about, and then, but let's hear from um the rest of the crew members for their opinions.
The truth is that there are a lot of cases of abortion. Trying to understand what abortion really stands for. There was a married woman who had 3 kids, and she got pregnant for the fourth one. Now, her health was deteriorating. It was either her or the kid. Yes. Now, you cannot tell me that I should start and say no abortion. No. Listen, I won't try to bring you into the world and try to kill me. I don't have any reason to keep you alive. Yes. Now, health-wise, she was asked to abort baby. And she asked. Because that was a good standpoint for abortion. Now, secondly, people don't understand abortion. They think it's always life or death situation. No. The problem that the government banned abortion, and now most times for you to do abortion, you go to the quack doctors to cut corners to get things done secretly in a lab that is not well equipped. You find enough that abortion rate, the success of abortion is like 97%. So 97% success. The 3% just maybe excess bleeding due to the person's body. But the fact that we here in Nigeria believe that, no, anti-abortion, that person is 50-50, the person can, in fact, giving birth in Nigeria and having abortion abroad seems safer to have abortion abroad than to give birth in Nigeria. Yes. But on the honest truth that abortion should be considered. Maybe the people that are kidnapped, taken to bush, some women are raped, left for like 5 to 3 weeks. Now, you don't expect the woman to give birth to that baby if the woman gets pregnant. And tell them, no, they should not do abortion. They'll remove that baby. There are cases abortion is required. There are cases, like that case of rape, abortion and rape. Abortion is required. I can't tell me I should give birth to a baby that's looking at like something I don't know.
Okay. Now, in a case where you said a woman who is down in health and maybe a stillbirth, maybe a child who is not healthy, and they want to, do you think the doctor will say, go and abort your child? Do you think that's the best way? Like, medically, do you think that's the word the doctor will use? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Now, I think because this is not something illegal, because this has to do with life and death, so it is not considered abortion, so to say. I don't know if you are getting my point. Like if a woman goes to the hospital and they have seen the health of the woman and the nature of the child in her womb or children in her womb, and the doctor suggests termination of the child so that the woman will live. I think this is different entirely from abortion. Now, you said something about being raped and getting pregnant. Now, I think my take in this is, I don't think, and I will always say it, that the worst thing that will happen to someone when they are raped is pregnancy. Reason being that if you are raped now and you go to somewhere like Parkland to meet a guy now and you tell them that you were raped, now they will give you a medicine for anti-HIV. I hope you know that. And then they will tell you about some medicine that you have to take so that you will not get pregnant. This is if the rape is not more than 72 hours, both the HIV medicine and the other medicine for pregnancy prevention. Do you understand? It is easier to prevent all these things than allowing a child grow in your womb, and you are not telling me that you want to terminate the child. Do you think that you will even sleep comfortably, knowing fully well that you have removed a child that you are meant to bring
That's
to the
not a
world?
child.
I said,
That's not a child.
And
a
so
lady
what
that
is
is
It's a
it?
adopted.
fetus.
A fetus that did
Flush the
what?
damn blood out.
No,
Okay,
the
no,
truth-
no,
It's
you
not
know when
doing
you
anything
say,
in there.
Argument in a situation whereby
Yes.
the person raped, it's not equipped or doesn't have that opportunity to meet a gynecologist or visit the hospital, and then eventually she gets pregnant. What is your take in that? What is next?
now
step?
if the person takes in, this is where the risk comes in as well. Because you are pregnant, mind you that this person will never go to, because he already said that the person doesn't have the equipment or what it takes to visit a gynecologist, right? This person will not even have what it takes to visit a good practitioner to terminate the child. This person will equally do a whack, which is on the page of risking her life, her womb, her health, and every other thing.
Do you know that legalizing abortion reduces the risk of
You
pregnancy?
can't even say legalize abortion in a world like
accountability.
this, where people are living in a carelessness.
Do you know that legalizing abortion gives more accountability to abortion? And trust me, whenever it's legalized, that is where regulation comes in. It's going to be regulated.
Do you know that regulating
The only problem we're going
abortion
to have
in a
in a
generation
country
like
like
this
this
is going to be doing us more harm? Because in
not
a
going to do
situation,
more
it's
harm.
not going to do us
It's not going to do more
doing
harm.
us harm.
A proper medical abortion, the risk is over 98% risk.
A proper abortion.
A proper medical
Sis,
abortion.
are you going to do a proper abortion? Are you going to be proud? Like, let's come to reality now. Are you going to be proud to do a proper abortion?
Am I going to be proud to
Yes.
be a single mother?
I should have answered it.
Am I going to
That's
see
the thing.
many
Me
single mothers?
now, I'm going to be proud. I'm going to be proud. I'm not going to be proud to be a single mother.
See, many single
I
mothers
will
that
always be
portray
proud to
themselves
be a
as
single
heroes,
mother.
they are not heroes. The society don't even see them as heroes.
It depends on
These people are heroes.
it depends on
These
what
people are heroes,
makes
but
the
that's
person
not-
a
that's
single
not what
mother.
society is
If you are a single mother out of your own carelessness, if you are a single mother out of your own carelessness and you want me to celebrate
Who
it,
writes carelessness
What's
in their
carelessness?
forehead?
What's your definition of
But
Who
carelessness?
writes
but we know that
denial?
it's carelessness.
Denial is not carelessness.
Denial-
When you love a guy, two adults commit fornication,
Uh-huh.
actually does genital meet and greet, and one person gets pregnant, the other decided to run away and deny the pregnancy. Will you call that carelessness?
you went to have sex with a man when
My
you know
dear
that
love,
this is not
no,
my
you are
love
diverting
period.
from the-
Which kind of love
An
is
average
this?
Nigerian
This
don't
is
have
not the
protected
debate.
sex.
There's nothing like
You are
outside
going
the
outside
bed.
of it. To
My
be
sister,
honest.
there's nothing like outside the debate. This is your own carelessness.
Come on.
If you are going to do what it takes to bring a child to the world, and you are not taking any preventive measure to make sure I'm not bringing a child to this world, please kindly take every responsibility.
know that
blaming the
even
girl child.
protection-
I am blaming every
You are
responsibility.
blaming the girl child.
Because the girl child is supposed to be blamed.
Why would the girl
guy
child
doesn't
be
know about
blamed?
your cycle.
Why would the girl child be blamed?
Does the guy know about your cycle?
This is something that is called between two genders. So why will one person take the blame alone?
Okay.
Why
Why
would
one
one
person
person
is
take the
taking
blame
the blame
alone?
alone is why one person is going to take the blame alone is because you know your system, you know your body, you know your free period,
I like your
you know
answer.
your health, you know when you are free to have an intercourse, and you know that you are supposed to tell the guy, come on, we are not married.
I have a
Use
question.
protection.
The
I
same
have
way
a
one person
question.
takes the blame,
Okay.
it's the same way
I
that
have a
person has
question.
a say to what happens in her
It's a lie. I
system.
disagree with you. You know why
No.
I said I disagree? Let me tell you something.
No.
The reason why I said I disagree with
Okay.
you is this. You said something earlier now on this camera, and you said
Okay.
that a woman has rights.
Over what happens in her body.
You know what? Over what
Oh,
happened?
oh, yes.
Yeah. What does that justify here now?
Nobody should be forced
You
into
don't answer
bringing a
question now.
child
It
into this
doesn't
world.
just-
justify
understand?
nothing. Let me clear you. Allow me
Do
to clear
I
you.
know your circle?
Nobody should be talking
Let us
to
calm down.
as if you are
Do I know your circle?
Your man doesn't know your
I-
cycle,
Okay.
and
What
the two
happens-
of you
what
went
happens-
to have
Eventually that
one.
happens.
What happens
You
to
should be
married
blamed.
couples?
Of
Be
course.
blamed and still
You
take
and I
charge
know
of
that
it.
you wouldn't like to use a condom on your girlfriend,
Who
on
said
your
that?
serious, on your serious date.
No. Who said
On your
that?
serious
Okay,
day.
yes,
You
mates
and I
aside.
know
Let's make
that.
aside.
So if you are not going to have if you're not going to have protected
I don't know your
sex
body more than
with
you
your
do.
serious
Of course.
date,
So you need to
you
know
should be
yourself
able
and
to
tell
tell
me.
your serious date that I am not free.
Free. This
This is
month
not my
or
free
this
period.
Okay.
Because
me
if you're
tell
not
you.
planning, this is lack of planning.
See, let me
Lack
tell
of
you what happened.
self-control. This is where it comes
Let
in.
me tell you what
You cannot
happened.
be
You know what?
living
You're
a
just
life of lack
contradicting
of
yourself. Because you
self-control.
know
Another
the risk. You're just contradicting yourself. You just said something earlier now that a woman has control over her body. You understand? A woman has control over her body. And now you're saying
a
another
woman
thing.
have a right?
Now they should blame the men. Sorry, the women.
No, that's not the topic.
What's the
I
topic?
think you don't get the
Keeping that
topic. The
baby at the end of
topic
the day
is, the
is
topic
not
is,
happening.
is it okay to legalize abortion? That's the topic. Is it okay
To legalize
is abortion justifiable?
Okay.
Do you understand? That's the topic. No, it's not like does a woman have a say? No, that's not the topic entirely.
To me,
Because when she say it,
no matter how
Legalizing
however you feel it,
abortion provides us with
It's-
accountability.
yes,
It
what
gives
I'm
us
saying is
the
that
avenue
a
to
woman
regulate
has no
abortion.
reason to get pregnant for abortion.
why will you get
I
pregnant
said-
for a man who is not ready? And you too, you know that financially,
He's not
We are
ready.
not
mentally,
He's not
emotionally,
A
you
woman
self, you're
has-
not even ready.
You talked about contraceptive.
Okay?
Do you know that contraceptive are not 100%? I consider abortion important when the pregnancy becomes a virus in the body. And also, in some cases where it's health related, I don't see the reason why you should give birth to a child with Down syndrome into this world. And I also justify abortion when it comes to rape cases and lack of consent. I also justify abortion when it comes to me seeing the stereotype and societal damage it causes to girls that indulge into single motherhood, especially when they are not financially capable.
Even supporting
I
contraceptive.
think the topic here
I am not
shouldn't be
even
sexually
supporting
active.
contraceptive on 100. I am supporting abstinence from sex, and I am supporting protection during sex. This is what I am supporting.
I'm not going to be left with a baby that two people actually made, and I'm forced to
take
keep
full
one
responsibility of
because
it.
I am a lady and I want to be a hero.
Nobody is forcing
At the end of the day,
Then you protect
at the end of the day,
Protect yourself.
Sis, where me I'm having
well.
problem is that you people are so
yourself.
scared of pregnancy.
As for their opinions.
Okay, yeah, he said about being ready to be a parent. Then if you know that you are not yet ready to be a parent, why not have a protected sex?
All right, so he's asking if I should be protected before when I know I'm not ready to, you know. But then this is where you touch the aspect of rape. Nobody is prepared. If you're a rape victim, there's no way you can be prepared for it. That means it's no longer a rape. So, bro, if you're a rape victim, you can never
Hello,
be
do you know
prepared.
that? Do you know that as a rape victim,
Yes.
that your only problem should not be unprotected sex, abortion, pregnancy.
Yes.
The worst thing that can happen to a rape victim is not pregnancy. What about other infections that cannot be treated, like HIV? Now, as a rape victim, I think
Hepatitis.
number one thing you should do is to go to the hospital to take a vaccine against HIV. Now, when you get there, your gynecologist should tell you and educate you on the need of contraception. And this is where it comes in. So if you want to justify abortion because of a rape case, my dear, it is obviously not justifiable. Now, I don't think there is any reason why somebody would want to justify abortion. It's just as good as committing murder. Of course, doing abortion is just as good as committing murder. So why would you want to kill a child? And you said, if you're not ready, to be a parent, then you should practice a safe sex. Or alternatively, you get married.
I would like
Or
to
then you abstain from sex.
cut you at this point.
Okay?
Because when it comes to rape case, actually, I think in most cases of rape case I've seen, there's actually no time to go and take these vaccines you're talking about.
Why?
And even when you don't commit abortion, when you give birth to that baby, do you know what it means to bear the offspring of a rapist?
What does it mean?
Do you know what it means to have the DNA of a rapist?
What does it mean?
Of a stranger.
Of a stranger. Like the trauma, that child is a constant reminder that you were raped one time.
It is.
Okay, so do you think that removing the child will make you a happy parent, a happy human? Okay, remembering that you were once raped and you were pregnant and you now went to remove the child, do you think you will be at peace with your conscience? Except maybe in a case where you don't have any conscience in you.
The thing is,
Abortion is no more.
the thing is, you are making this sound like abortion itself is a walk in the park. Like it's something so easy. Quite alright, he made that point that, it can be a traumatic experience for someone who went through rape. In order not to have an offspring from someone you don't know, you need to go and take it out. But the truth is, going to do this stuff, it's okay temporarily. But there are some complications that can come up. We're talking about somebody that can walk in there and not come out alive. You understand? We're talking about somebody that can walk in there and not come out with her womb. So as much as this might be traumatic and is going to deal with you mentally, I feel like the idea of taking out that child might sound like temporary relief, but you might not come out of it alive. So while we check the positives, we need to check.
Do you know that medically, an abortion is 80-20 when it comes to
you are right.
And this is where this is where I'm soliciting for people, for our government to legalize abortion, because it's going to reduce the risk of quack abortion.
So
because
are you
medically, when you have a surgical abortion, it's basically using a tube-like host inside your body to suck out the food.
So in this case, you're trying to say that there is no risk.
There is risk, but it's small.
So that's small risk. So that is that little tiny risk is what I'm trying to say. Instead of putting yourself out there to risk your womb, to risk your health, because there might be a lot of consequences.
Let me ask you.
So why not just
complications are very
practice
What if you're not prepared for it?
What if you're not prepared?
If you're not prepared, this is very simple. If you're not prepared to have a child financially, you should be prepared to practice safe sex. And this is why we have.
It's not even about
okay. Let's say when it comes to rape,
an average Nigerian don't have 2 to 10. Let me say 6 out of 10 average Nigerians don't practice protected sex.
Yeah, that's where the problem is. To me, you people are talking about abortion now. People are talking about unwanted pregnancy, right? To me, this is not the worst thing that can happen to me as a girl child. Okay, this is not getting pregnant out of wedlock is not the worst thing that can happen to any girl child. Just think of living with infections that you know that all through your life you are living with this thing, except maybe a miracle, which is on a tiny line. Do you understand? So if you are not set to have a child, to birth a child, simply practice a safe sex.
I still stand on my ground. And then, you know that the stereotype is not worth it.
Can I ask you a question?
The stereotype, the single mother stereotype is not always worth it. 3 out of 10 people live like happily ever after. 1, you need to be financially ready to train up a child alone. And when it comes to denial,
now, how many single mothers are as a result of rape case?
No, that is what I'm saying.
They are very few. It simply means I am an adult. I want to have sex. Maybe because I needed something from this guy, and I feel the only way of getting it is to have sex with this person. And along the line, I got pregnant, and the person denied because we weren't even having anything serious. So to say, he just used me, and he gave me what I needed at that particular moment. Now I became pregnant, and I bettered the child. This is the single mother that we are seeing. I
solely believe that when 2 adults fornicate and one person denies it, one person shouldn't be forced into single mother.
But nobody is forcing them into single mother.
Because let me tell you,
because we have precautions.
Okay, you now as a lady that went to have an unprotected sex with somebody.
Love happens.
That it's not even about
love. There's nothing even like love.
No love.
Lack of self-control. I can't call that love.
It is self-control, lack of self-control.
Yes.
And it is stupidity because you should know your cycle. Let's even start from there.
Yes. As
a lady,
you should know your cycle.
You know when you are free. You know when you are free to have sex. You know when you are not free to have sex. And you now get pregnant.
And this is a really valid point because you know the world we live in.
Yes.
You are an adult.
Yes.
You should prepare. It's just like maybe a student that's writing an exam, your final year. You're writing your last paper. Nobody needs to tell you that you shouldn't be caught in exam malpractice.
I don't really
to be
I
careful.
don't
You have to
really
be
feel
careful.
for
So as an adult, a female adult, you should know that even if the young man is careless, you need to protect yourself here
I actually
to prevent certain
in some
things.
cases, let's just remove emotions aside. Because let me tell you, an average Nigerian a lady can't afford anything for herself. When see, when a lady of 12 years, when a lady of 12 years gets
Let's let
pregnant,
her love.
A
out
lady
of
of 12 years. A 12-year-old child cannot be a lady.
let's say a girl
A
of
child
12,
of 12.
a girl of 12
Yeah,
years
better.
gets pregnant out of her naiveness and stupidity.
Okay.
I'm not going to support her.
I would say that that's lack of parental care.
She's not
She
doing
was not well
anything.
brought up.
That child at that moment is coming into this world to suffer.
Okay.
So what if you
coming into
now?
this
So
this
what
world
if
to
you
be
now take that
bastardized
child
all her
into
life.
that abortion room and she doesn't come out? Do you know that you as a parent you're going to live with guilt all through your life?
You have already
Now
failed
I've
as a
seen
parent.
I've seen a situation whereby it was a rumor that a child was taken by her mother to go and remove a child because her friends already knew she was pregnant. But the woman said she went with her child somewhere and electric shocked her and she died. Now this child didn't come back with her mother. Now, what guilt do you think that woman will be living with? But if she had left that child, they were just two girls that she had.
This is where quackery comes in. Do you know that a proper abortion does not kill?
It's a lie.
I'm serious.
No.
See, if they are to have 10 medical proper abortion in a row, one person
out of 10.
10 is at the risk of having complications, and this complication revolves around bleeding, womb loss. But when it comes to taking your life, it must be a quack abortion.
So you said the bleeding. Okay, can't the bleeding lead to losing of one's life?
If a doctor, if it's supervised under a proper medical personnel, you can't bleed to death.
Okay.
So, quackery, legalizing abortion will make your doctor to be aware. And trust me, these doctors are not daft. When you go inside there as a result of your recklessness, trust me, there are going to be guidance and counselors that are going to tell you to go back. That is how it is.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today's episode on the Coal City Banter Board debate, and a lot of opinions here and there, those that stand for it and those that stand against it. The truth is, whatever it is that is in this life, it has its advantages and it has its own disadvantages. So no matter how we look at this thing, we can spend the whole day here and we'll never get tired. But we want to hear from you guys, the viewers. Please drop whatever it is you feel in the comment section. We want to hear from you. Personally, I agreed that abortion is bad, but the truth is, if I'm faced with certain situations, I might have to change my mouth. Imagine a scenario whereby I have to pick between my wife and my child. Definitely I'll say, doctor, please save my wife. So yes, I was here agreeing that nobody should do abortion, but when it comes to a loved one, what do you expect me to pick? I would like to see you guys drop something in the comment section concerning this topic. See you guys when we come your way next week.
Look at this one. Give her a wife.